G'day Hexes, Havoc here once again with another episode of Enhance, where we take a look at Clash decks and see if there's ways in which they could be improved. So this week we're looking at the Clash from the 29th of October. This was a 7-round tournament again with 102 players. You can see there I came 10th. That was a bit unfortunate, but oh well, it happens. So let's again we're going to be looking at decks that didn't do too well. So you know, no point looking at all the sweet decks that had all the luck. Let's look at some of the ones that didn't have the luck and see if there's ways in which they can be improved. So we're going to start. Let's start with Furzin here. Dropped in round 6 and got 3 wins. So he's a Diamond Wild for Rico deck. Let's wait for that to load. There we go. So Diamond Wild for Rico. Ooh, I see 2 Chlorosouls, a Songbird, and a Ghost Howler. Ooh, yum yum yum. Also, a Witch of the Wishing Well, Trial of Toad, Battle Prep. So a little bit lacking in terms of the actual early presence. As you know, you got Sunseer, potentially a Paladin if you get the Double Diamond. But Battle Prep and Trial of Totems are both things that are not doing anything for the turn. And honestly, this is a deck that wants to have the early presence if you want to really capitalize on a Ghost Howler, but it is just one Ghost Howler, so not a big deal. But overall, not too bad. Wild's Favor is a little bit strange, but let's see if what options were available here. So, Duskmane Shepherd would have been a Gust Major okay. Brightmare Braves are okay. Wow, the Ruby has some Sabertooth is nice. But yeah, I mean, obviously he wants to stick, you know, these colours, and I agree here. When you've got these 4 cards that all synergize with Goot, wait, he was Goot, right? Let me just double check that. No. Okay, now I'm confused. Yeah, I just realised, but wait a second, I did say for Rico, didn't I? So that's a bit strange. He's got things now, okay, so what other life gain does he have to offer here? Oh, he's also got a Mace at Totemist. What are you doing to me, buddy? Oh no! So the only life gain he has is Sunseer Trigger or the Paladin. So if he gets the Paladin down, well then sweet, if it stays alive and can keep swinging, which is not always the case. So that is the, you know, Fariko is good, but he's not utilizing his deck's power to the fullest here. When you've got Songbird, Howler, Totemist, Double, that's 5 synergy cards with Goot. So well, already we can see something there that, you know, all this again, you know, is all just my opinion. But in my opinion, that is a mistake. Because, yeah, I mean, Goot with those cards is very, very strong, especially Mace or Totemist, because this is not a once per turn trigger. So even if you get this down on turn 3, and you get, like, on turn 6, you get down your second, your constant there, and give you another heal, this will give you +6. It'll be a 7 damage Swift Tracker, but if you empower it, it gets mental. It's +6/+6, so you're getting +12 damage on the sucker with the 2 heals. So definitely not utilizing the power that's available there. So Golden Griffin, not that great. Again, you want more early presence. You know, these 3 drops and 4s are great. Botanist is okay, especially with the Howler if you're Goot, you know. So Shoku's Garden is also, I mean, it's okay, but not that great. You know, I wouldn't. Let's, you know, we have to make sure there's other stuff that's viable here. So, well, I mean, we already did say some of the stuff. So, Duskwing's fine. Blindside's fine. Let's have a look what else here. I'm not going to bother looking at the other colors here because they're really good colors. What's this count again? Oh, that's the, never mind. So, we want to be looking at the early game. So, Duskwing, Gust Mages, Bright Moons. The rest are tricks. So we don't, I mean, you wouldn't, Verdant Mill's good. See, Verdant Mill's better when you've got more early presence, so I wouldn't run the Garden. I'd go for a Gust Mage. Well, let's have a look how many shards he's going here. So, let's scroll down. Whoops, I went too far. That's fine. That's 16. I like this. Especially for this, but yeah, I would get a Gust Mage in there. I'd take out the Garden. The Garden doesn't really do a whole lot. You know, it doesn't synergize with the healing either because, yeah, it's too late unless it gets Swift Strike to death. But yeah, it's not like he has many Dreadling Generation besides this anyway. So Golden Griffin is also, you know, I would, you know, it's fine, but I would honestly, you know, these 5-drops are fine. Just getting, you know, because the flyers, Duskwing I think would probably be an option, a Gust Mage, maybe even both, even though they don't really do anything, but they will do something if you get that Ghost Howler down. But they can also just, you know, buff things that you need buffing with that Valor, or even buff themselves. So that's an option, you know. So I think the Gust Mages are probably, I mean, even the Bright Moons are better, but I think that the Gust Mage is just better than Bright Moon due to the fact that it's very similar. Like, yes, you have to pay for the Valor, but you get a flying chump blocker if need be. Yeah, worst case. Canyon Runner's okay. Like, I'd run a Canyon Runner over this flyer, I think. Yeah, it's a possibility. Good sideboard with Cloud Kill, that's definitely nice. But yeah, not a whole lot else to say, really. Just the main thing is not running Garden. Probably not that. Going Goot is the main thing, though. Going Goot is definitely the main thing there. But again, with Verdant Mill, you know, I think I would run both Gust Mages just because Verdant Mill, you know, you could do turn 1 Verdant Mill, turn 2 Gust Mage potentially, and yeah, start getting that going, because it is very nice to just get the, you know, it's not hard to get that online, and then every shard you play is a free troop. But yeah, not much else to say there, so let's move on. So yeah, Going Goot is the main change there. Let's have a look what Hacky did. He's also dumb and wild, but he's actually Goot. So let's see if he's got, so he's got double Ghost Howler Hacky, yum yum yum. Very nice. So he's got Eager Lackey, Gust Mage, some nice stuff here. A little bit lacking in the presence department again, but it's fine. Wow. Very nice. So Mesa Lookout is one of the best things to pair with Goot, as I mentioned, that it can stack every source of life gain. So he's got the Radiance to stack it, and Ghost Howler also stacks. He's got Bastion, he's got really nice stuff going there. So how many flyers does he actually have? I don't think he's got a whole lot actually, so Evolution doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Unless I miss. So he's got Callers, that gets a flyer. But yeah, well, the thing you got to remember in these colors is that the lack of the card advantage. So an Evolution is a card that, you know, is a disadvantage. You know, it's just a buff, and potentially it's a, you know, a good buff, you know, on many troops. But in this case, he doesn't have a whole lot of flyers. He's got those, Gust Mage, not a whole lot. It can still be alright, but it is a little bit, you know, can be disadvantage, you know, bad when you don't have the card to draw to go with it. So let's have a look to see what other options he had there. So already I'm not really seeing a whole lot. Not too surprising, but Winter Braves are okay. Yeah, you know what? The Okenge is... Okenge, sorry, let me get that back. So, So Okenge is not bad, but he's got enough high drops. Sadly, doesn't really have anything else, which, you know, not too surprising. Probably would be running it if he did. I honestly wouldn't run. Again, the Hallowed Radiance is another card that doesn't do anything. It's going to synergize with these other cards, sure, but you know, you can get in situations where if you draw both of those and you don't have enough of a presence, you can easily get overrun, which is maybe something that happened. So yeah, I probably wouldn't run the Radiance, even though it's tempting because of the synergy you've got. You know, having the Papa Goot is probably enough. In saying that, you know, you want to get, you know, another 1-2 drop, ideally, and he doesn't really have a whole lot. So maybe, you know, Winter Brave's an option. Just for, well, and Librarian is nice, but yeah, even if just for like more defense, you can do a really big Winter Brave. Let me actually scroll down, make sure I'm not missing anything. Alright, so here's something. Fiend of Nolzan, is that the right card I'm thinking of? Let me just get that to load there. Yeah, so he can make this a 1/4. So that gets him some early presence and a really good defender. He's got the Performer, so I'd take out the Radiance, get the 1/4 in. Because you've got to remember, Battle Prep also does nothing on the turn. This does nothing on the turn. He's got some ramp, which is nice. So he probably could actually I'd probably take out the Evolution, take out the Radiance, and bring in Okenge and the 1/4. That's maybe what I would do. But honestly, what he has is fine. And it's obviously pretty sweet. He's got some sweet stuff there. But yeah, I mean, you know, someone has to lose. He obviously got unlucky. Some pretty nasty stuff there. But overall, pretty sweet. Not a whole lot not anything needing change, but just a few things I would potentially do differently there. Just that, especially that 1/4 over the constant would be something I'd probably do. Let's have a look at. So we got a Sapphire Wild over here for Rico. A Yora. So let's have a look at this Sapphire Wild. So now he's chosen Fariko over something like Wintermoon, and Wintermoon being obviously insanely good. And let's have a look at what he's got going. So double Lackey is great. Tears is why are you running Tears for? Come on, get that out of there. Don't run the Tears. No need to cry. Honestly, let's have a look. Is that even needed in this deck? I don't think so. No, I mean he's got one double Sapphire, I mean he's got some, you know, he's got obviously a lot of double Sapphire, but his Wild is all single for the most part. But yeah, I mean it's again, I mean if you're Wintermoon, it's not as bad because you're naturally going to get advantage the longer the game goes. But let's have a look and see what other options were available. So let's start with the high drops. Nothing we care for here. Let's look at sorry, let me actually move my microphone back over here. Probably can hear me better now. Sorry about that. I just realized I had it off to the side. So let's have a look. So Suffocates don't care for. What do we got here? There's not a whole lot. Apprentice could be an option if there's enough actions, but Contel Explorer is good. Chanter is okay. I would run Chanter. Something that, you know, even just the ability to empower can be nice, but another early presence. Not a whole lot really. So let's go back here. Is the Fariko really worth it? I mean, Fariko's really good, don't get me wrong. Dreadend's it's a tricky card to pull off. You know, in a lot of cases you have to just, you know, sit back and not play out your troops, or maybe you play out a chump blocker or something like a Lackey. You just buy time to get that down, and that can work nice. So I don't disagree with it here, as he does have, but yeah, the Tears I don't think he needs. Sharpshooter's nice. Honestly, with this, going Wintermoon isn't super necessary. You can always get back actions with the Shamans, but it's hard to pass up Wintermoon, especially getting back Lackeys. You know, any type of 1-drop like this, Lackeys, Seers, they're really good to get back. Get that board presence back, even if it's just chump blocking while drawing again for 1 cost is very nice. It does have a Blight Bush though, it does work nice with Fariko. I would, yeah, Explorer is pretty good. I would have run Explorer over Tears, for sure. Honestly, not much else though. Yeah. His Diamond is not too bad, but yeah, it's a bit hard to tell, again, with this interface. So yeah, that's alright with that deck. Let's go on to True Duelist. He's running Blood Sapphire Zorzum. Let's have a look what he's got going here. So, looks pretty good. He's got Grauk, he's got some yummy cards there. Painbreeder, Eremites, Double Malvoker, I like it. Oh, Zelon, oh, he's got some really good early presence. Good early removal. Some more early presence and early removal. Colograve, Festering, Ghastly. Looks alright. Let's see if, I mean, there's probably not going to be much to improve upon this, but let's have a look to see if he missed anything that he probably should have been running. I don't think so. I can't see any really low drops. I mean, Theorize is possible. So it's okay. Oh, his Diamond has got some double Mooncall. But yeah, there's not much else there. So, yeah. This deck is not much really that can be changed there, if anything, really. Concuss is a playable card. So let's see how many shards he's running there. 16? Yeah, that's fine. Definitely agree with that. Yeah, there's not much to be said about that one. That one's perfectly fine. Boom, 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 boom. And you're not always going to just find, you know, they're not always going to be people who've made mistakes when it comes to, you know, someone has to lose, someone has to win. That's how it goes. So let's have a look at it. Sanctus here running Diamond Ruby Elijah. Ooh, Eternal Sage. Bladesmen are cards that I don't like that much. But let's, you know, like I'd rather run, you know, anyway, let's have a look. So Scar Breath, there you go, I'd run that. Like there's no such thing as too many Scar Breaths. Especially the more aggressive your deck is, the more you want removal that can be used early or late, you know, like, and that's what Scar Breath has to offer. And he does have some pretty good aggression here. So let's have a look. He's got double Skarn, so an even more reason to have another Scar Breath. Spy is a little bit lackluster, probably wouldn't have bothered with that if there's another viable option. Let's first have a look at the shards here. So that's 16, so that's perfectly fine. So Ambush, Gambler. Gambler is also not that great, it's okay. Let's... Crab Gawain is great. Even more reason to want that early pressure, as much early pressure as possible in this type of deck. You want to be aggressive as possible, especially in these colors. Again, it's a color that doesn't really have the card advantage. So yeah, let's say we cut both of those straight away. Also, Brutalizer is not that good either. It's okay, and he does have, I guess, you know, he can make these bigger with actions, and the Moon Calls can give a big troop potentially. So it's okay, probably keep it in there. But it is something that, you know, you're not casting on 2 in nearly every scenario. It's most likely going to be a 4-drop, which is fine, you know, especially if you do have the aggression where you can put it down plus something else. You know, 2 2-drops, for example. But let's have a look. So definitely Scar Breath should be in there. Razor's Edge is also okay, but I think he has enough tricks. So you just want more pressure. So let's have a look. So Bashers we don't want. Wolvier, another Wolvier is okay, but Sunseer is maybe better. Sunseer is fine. Like, Sunseer is a mediocre card, but it's fine. There's another Guidance as well, actually. But yeah, Sunseer is probably what I would go with here. Just to, again, just wanting more early pressure. Librarian, another player with a Librarian there. But I think what he's in here is probably correct. Looks pretty decent. Yeah. But yeah, not running Scar Breath does seem a bit loose. Sadly, no other like super good. Even the Herald could be alright, just to make sure you're getting your thresholds. Like, again, just, you know, this as a 4-drop isn't all that great. It's okay, you can obviously make it a 3/5, you can do it Swift Strike. It's okay. But I think this deck just wants more aggression, especially with the removal it has to offer. You've got Cremates, you've got some good tricks in here, you've got the, what's it called, the Cry of Gawain. Spiritbound Spy is okay, but it's, you know, it's a little bit lackluster. It's got probably enough 1-drops that he can cut that out. So he could, you know, bring in the Sunseer, take out the 2 4-drops, bring in the Sunseer, bring in the Herald if he wants. Again, just more early presence. Sure, it all dies to to things like I think he had it, the Crackling Magma. No, he doesn't have one, but not all of it anyway. You got the Scans and stuff. But you definitely want the Sunseer, I think, just because it does give something Life Drain, which can be nice. But also you got the Officer. Guidance is a... Yeah, I think actually... No, you know what? I should have said that, yeah. So, thanks to having 2 Scans, I think you do want to have that Guidance in there. Yeah, for sure. Actually, I thought he already had one in there, and he just didn't want to run 2. So, that's what I would do. I'd run those 2, probably the Sunseer, maybe the Awakened Herald. It's an option. Honestly, even Distract isn't the worst. That is an option. If you get enough early presence, that can be pretty good as a way to finish. But yeah, cut those 2. Probably cut the Spy. And yeah, that's about it for that one though. But yeah, pretty decent. You know, the Conscript can be really good. Ballad is a little bit lackluster. Can be good, but not as often as Ceremony. Ceremony has a lot more better hits. So let's have a look at, where were we? We're over here somewhere. Let's look at Volsgard running Blood Diamond Ada. Boom, 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 boom. So what do we got? Ooh. Did I... Botanist? Some cards here that I don't like too much main deck. You know, Lamify is not that great to run because you're just turning a troop into another troop, which is not always the best. And Casualty of War can also just... So you got three things that you're like could be dead cards in your hand. Like your opponent has a 2/2 out, you're not going to Lamify it. You might not be able to Casualty it. So they are a little bit not great. But the thing is though, with this deck, with his late game, you got Gallows, you've got Vampire Queen being the biggest payoff here. You kind of just want to keep yourself alive, right? Got good removal at the 3 slot. Let's see if there's anything better he could be running over these 3 cards here. Are the 3 things I would first take out, if possible. So let's have a look. So Duskwing Shepherd, honestly, that's a viable option. Wait, what? Is that the card I think it is? That's an Emperor's Lackey right there. Alright, okay, so we have some few things we can already see here. So bam, take out those 3. Emperor's Lackey is 100% a card that should be being run. It's very good anti-aggro, but also can do some early damage, but also can synergize with various things. You know, the incubation webs is something that in this format, so you might want to get rid of a troop that's been incubation webbed or something. But what you know, he's also got Botanist. There's probably not a whole lot else, but you could always sack off a Gallows Oak if your opponent's just ignoring it or chump blocking it. You can, you know, once you've got enough counters on there, you can just blow it up at the end of your opponent's turn to get enough dudes to go wide. That's an option. But yeah, definitely that should be in there. Call the Grave should be in there. 100%. Call the Grave, for some reason I see a lot of people ignore this card. And when you've got bombs, like Gallows Oak, Vampire Queen, I mean even just a Ghost Feather is okay. I mean it's just, you know, it's another bomb. You know, if you draw that bomb and you get that. Vampire Queen, getting that back, it would be insane. Definitely should be something that's run. So Call the Grave, Emperor's Lackey, there's 2 already. As I said, the Duskwing Shepherd's viable. A 1/3 flyer is perfectly fine. Can give you anti-aggression, but can get in some little bit of damage. So let me go back here. So there's not. I mean, Hunger is okay. He's got the Botanist, but I don't think he has enough really. No, not really enough to make that a certainty. What champion power was he? Let's check. Oh, he's 8er. It actually told me. So he's 8er. That's fine. Blood Eye. Honestly, he could run Blood Eye. I think he probably would be better running a Blood Eye over, you know, like, again, take out those 3 cards I mentioned. Bring in Lackey, bring in Call the Grave, bring in a Blood Eye. That'd be fine. Let's just have a quick look to see if... I mean, you could also splash Wild for a War Color. It's that good. But, oh, wait, what's this? What's Necropolis coins again? That's the blood... No, never mind. Yeah, so probably those 3 really is what I would change there. Again, you just want to make sure you're staying alive the early game. Your Lamifies, they can, you know, I would bring them in if there's stuff that I need to bring in, because he's got good removal without them. And they are dead cards against early aggression in a lot of cases, because early aggression is going to be, you know, your 1 and 2 drops, even 3 drops. A lot of the times they're just, you know, maybe 2 damage troops, so you're not going to ever Lamify those. So, you know, if that's all you're sitting in your hand, they're not a viable option. You'd be much preferring having a Lackey or a Duskwing Shepherd that could either trade or just keep back the 2/1s, or, you know, 2/2s, make them use a Trek potentially. So yeah, I would leave those for sideboard. But yeah, that's about it really. Golden Griffin's okay-ish. Holy Reprisal's okay, but also a little bit... It depends, but you just have to use it at the right time. And then yeah, honestly, this also... Whoops. The Benediction, like, that should be a Call to Grave. Like, you know, don't run a 7, you know, run the Call to Grave. But, you know, you could run both of those. But anyway, that's enough of that deck. I think we got to the point of that one. Let's have a look at, let's see, how long have we been? 24 minutes? Alright. Time flies. This is crazy. I haven't even looked at that many. I talk too much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's have a look at Hoodie Shorts, just because I like the name. Blood Sapphire is awesome. Hoodie Shorts. Let's have a look. Oh, I like this deck down here. Cerns. Wow, triple. Oh, wow. So just looking at this deck, I'd be very surprised if he wasn't... Well, okay, not very surprised, but I'd be somewhat surprised if he wasn't in the top 32 at the very least. Let's have a look. I'm just curious. What did he get there? Oh, he got 14th. There you go. But yeah, that's a pretty sweet looking deck there. The first round opponent he lost to there has a very nice deck and did come, you know, just a lot of good value cards here. And Rumblers are fantastic. You can give them flight, you can give them increased charges. But we're not looking at that deck. That's the one that did well. But it is something, just looking at it, I was like, yeah, that looks like something that should have done well. This deck, on the other hand, as well, has some pretty nice stuff. We've got Pocket Army, which is great. Decent early presence. Power and Pain, however, is not that great. Not a fan of it. Into the Unknown is also not that great in limited. I wouldn't probably run that. Dark of Night is great. Death Dealer is... it's got 2 Apprentice, that's fine. Colors can be okay. Is he running Zorzum? Yeah, he is. So the colors are okay with the Zorzum. It's got Mandate as well, very nice. So really, the only things I don't like are, what did I say? So Power and Pain. I mean, let's first see if there's anything. And Into the Unknown are the main 2 culprits here. Is there options that he could have taken instead? So Call the Grave, again, people not respecting the Call the Grave. You've got Pocket Army, you've got Dread Apprentice, you've got even a color. Getting that back can be alright, but you got Death's Head Rider as well. So yeah, people, I don't know why, but it is something I see a lot. Even experienced players are ignoring it. Not entirely sure why. It's a fantastic card and should be in this deck. Should be in this deck. So let's see. How many shards? Let's look how many shards he's got here. 17. In this curve, yeah, I guess that makes sense with this many 4-drops. That's fine. How many colors did he get? It's a lot of colors. So Treacherous Pass is also decent. Can be really nice. So that's an option. But yeah, the main thing here is just Call the Grave. Should be in there. There's not much else that's really important here. But Treacherous Pass is an option. Yeah. Into the Unknown is... Obviously it's good against bombs, turning to something else, but it could, you know, it is you're losing a card, they're still going to have something, right? It could turn into something completely garbo, but it also might not. So that is the downside to that. It's something I'd probably bring in if there's a card my opponent has that I have no other answer for, but if I don't answer, I die. You know, really good bombs, for example. So I probably wouldn't main deck that. Power and Pain is I'm not a huge fan of that. I'd definitely run Call the Grave, and then the other option is whatever, really. Another color, honestly, with Zorzum is not the worst. But yeah, the Treacherous Pass is an option too. But yeah, there's not much else to say about that one. The other colors don't look that viable. I mean, the Diamond has some decent stuff. It does have 2 Talon Keeps. Another Talon Keep here, 2 Mooncalls, Blessed Scout. You know what? Let's have a quick look at this for a second. I mean, yeah, you know what? The Diamond may actually be better. Diamond Blood is probably the better option here. It does lose the Mandate, which is sad, but it is just 1 card. You're losing the Strands and Malvoker, sure. But the Diamond is actually probably better. I mean, because double Mooncall is great. Blessed Scout is a good 2-drop. The Talon Keeps there, we got 2 Storm Riders as well. Definitely an option. Definitely something he may have considered. I can understand wanting to run the Silver Talon. And these cards are good. But this is meh. This is okay. Deep Freeze is alright as well. But yeah, the Mooncall Ceremony is just really good. Blessed Scout, yeah. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. It's not like you can fit all this stuff anyway, because well, let's count. So what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could cut some colors if you want to get in some of that shenanigans. So let's see. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to do just those, and then a Scout, so you could do those 5. It's a viable option. I don't know if the Talon Keeps are really worth it with just the 3. Probably not. Eternal Relic, interesting. Interesting indeed. Guidance as well. So yeah, the diamond Diamond Blood is an option there. But either way, you know, he did end up going 3-4, lost his first round, decided to stick it out. But yeah. Let's have a look at... So we looked at Hoodie. Let's have a look what Neo did. Zorzum, Blood Sapphire. Let's have a quick look. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, triple webs. Triple webs, Queen, Ghast. Double Aerialist. Oh, baby. Oh, Power and Pain. Get it out. Come on. So the only thing he's really lacking is the early presence. So he's got early removal after being hit, you know, most likely. But yeah, all he's got is a 2-drop there. These 3-drops are pretty decent. Obviously the 4... I mean, the Massacre really helps. You know, not having early presence, Massacre helps out a lot if you can get it. So, let's just have a look. I doubt he really missed anything. Nah, he doesn't have any early drops. I can focus and wait, was he? Yeah. So, yeah, he just didn't have the early presence, but hard not to go those colors with these cards. That's some pretty sweet stuff. Not much to say there. Let's look at one more. I think I actually versed High Elf in this. Let's have a look. Diamond Wild Goot. I think I versed him. Let's have a look. Yeah, I did. So I versed him on round 2. That was my deck there. Yeah, so I remember. This is the latest Clash. I had 5 rares that I was running. So Mordrim's Gift, Rotten Rancor, Gargalith, Pesky Pippet, and an Exarch. The rest of my stuff in those colors weren't all that great. You know, I was lacking... Well, my early presence is okay, but, you know... there was not much else I had, you know. So, yeah. There was not much else. I wanted to have more. Like, look at all these Windborn Ascensions, though. I was like, oh, man. It sucks that, you know, all the... You know, I had to go these colors. I had some fun with Rotten Rancor and Gift and onto Gargalith here and there. Pippet actually did a lot of work. I was able to get that online quite a few times. So that did a lot of work. But, so let's see, I lost... Okay, we're not looking at me, so what am I saying? But yeah, anyway, I came 10th with that deck. Womp, womp, womp. So let's look at High Elf here. So, good early presence. Or is it? Yeah, it's not too bad. Inflict Down is a bit iffy. If you're Aider, it's a bit better. But let's have a look to see if there's any options in over here that he could have been running. So, Sylvan Performer. Only the 1/5 drop. I mean, still a 2/2 for 2. Still, Verdant Mill's also good. Botanist is okay. So Botanist is another 5 drop. Is an option there. Not a whole lot really. Oh, Vampire Queen. Was his blood viable? Triple Cheap Shot. Cruel Venomblade, Apprentice. Yeah, it's sadly not really. He does have Ghost Howler. Does he have... So he's got Chlorasil, Ghost Howler, Songbird. Yeah, so he's got enough there. The Puffball, is that really doing anything for him here? So Brightmoon Brave is a little lackluster. The Inflict Down is a bit iffy. I think if you're running Puffball, like I think you could have got Crossing Swords in Performer, Botanist. Like this is okay. These are all fine. The Puffball is kind of meh. Inflict Down is a bit iffy. Other than that, I mean, there's really not much else he can do there. So, you know, that's fine. We'll look at one more since that one was a quick one. Let's have a look. Let's just wave my mouse around and stop. There we go. We're going to look at Fiery Storm, Renner, Blood Diamond as the last one here. Let's have a quick look at this one. So Blood Diamond, he went 2/3. So good early removal. Not much presence though, board presence. These are both good cards. Now the War Party Guide, however, has like what, one, 1 hit. It's still a swift tracking. It's still something to run. But sadly not going to get much value out of that. Let's have a look at... So his weakest color out of these two... Yeah, it's... They're both decent. The blood isn't that great. Got the Mordrums though, the Banshee. Alright, let's have a look. So... Is Ruby viable? Doesn't look like it. I don't think there's enough 2-drops. However, Sapphire has triple Cultivator. Baby. Malvoker. Alright, let's have a look at this. We've also got... Alright, I'm probably too close to my microphone now. Apologize if I'm loud. I'm like leaning closer and closer to my screen as the video goes longer and longer. So... Yeah, let's look at this Sapphire. So triple Cultivator, Infiltrator, Apostate, Malvoker. These are all very good. Empress of Ice as well is decent. You're not likely to get the in a 2-color deck, but I mean you can still exhaust stuff to keep punching in, which is the kicker here. So then you've got 2 Duskwings, an Aerolus, which is very nice with these cultivators. So very nice there. Whoa, he's running Blood and not running Periphegy. That's a mistake. He's also got Crusader. He could have potentially pulled this off if he went Sapphire. Well, maybe not. Let's have a look. So it does suck to lose all these totem traps, but let's have a look what Blood Sapphire would look like. So we got 1 Underworld, 2 Underworld, 3 Underworld, 4 Underworld. So then we count the Crusaders, that's 5. Then we go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he had it. He had it. He could have ran Underworld Crusader. So and that's I think that would have been better. I mean, yeah, you're losing the good removal here. All Party Guard is like whatever, because again the early presence, actual board presence isn't really here. The colors are okay. I would do the colors. Well, the colors are better if he's in the Sapphire with the Cultivators, because then, especially with the Empress to potentially make it so they can keep going, and then you can just sack Adrenaline for something. But so yeah, this is actually a good example of this deck here, because there's quite a few things that you can do differently, and I do honestly think that the Sapphire Sapphire Blood is a lot better. So again, you've got Cheap Shot you bring in, you got all these suckers here, lots of early 2-drop presence. You've even got an Eremite, which obviously synergizes with these cultivators. You got the Crusader, that's actually another Underworld as well. The Empress is not, but it doesn't matter. So you've got all those suckers, you've got the 2 Duskwings, you've got the Periphegy, you've got an Aerolus, you can even do a Brew Guard if you want. And that gives you so much, cultivators are really good to even just get in a bit of early damage, but they're really good early defense. And then he's got decent, it would be pretty nice. And then you got decent flyers as well. The 2 Duskwings, the Empress, Periphegy comes in. So let's just count that up. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards we ditch. So we ditch those 12. And then we're getting, there's definitely going to be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Might actually be more down here. 7, 8, 9, 10. Even Grave Offering is viable. 10, 11, 12, 13. And then 14, yeah, plenty of cards there. But yeah, that's one of the best examples yet, I think, of, it's not a mistake. He's thought that was his best option. it depends how you look at it. Yeah, I think it's a mistake because I think the Sapphire Blood would be better, but, it's just my opinion, of course. But, yeah. Sapphire Blood, 100% right there. Again, it's a pity I can't, fiddle around with this a bit, the interface, but yeah. I can understand, why he's triple totem traps, but yeah. Crackling Blast is also not all that great. It's fine, but yeah, just having more win conditions, and the Crusader is obviously fantastic. Anyway, that's, there's not much else to be said there. Blood Sapphire, definitely the choice in my opinion for that deck. I think that would have done a lot better had that been the case. So yeah, let's leave it at that for this week. So that was the Clash from the 29th of October. So I'll see you all next week with the next Clash. Thank you for watching, and take care.